All right, May marks Jewish American Heritage Month. Coinciding with it, a new report has been released showing the first drop of anti-Semitic incidents in the U.S. in 5 years. According to the Anti-Defamation League, there were more than 6,000 anti-Semitic incidents last year. This includes assaults, harassment, and vandalism targeting Jewish people in the United States. This is a 33% decrease from 2024, but this year still marks the third highest on record for those incidents.
I want to bring in Noa Tishby. She has formerly served as Israel's special envoy for combating anti-Semitism. She's also an actress and a New York Times best-selling author. Noa, my friend, always good to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Great to see you as well.
So in your YouTube series, What is Anti-Semitism? You speak about anti-Semitism transforming from being about a religion to being racial. Explain that and how that may be playing a role in the rising numbers of anti-Semitic attacks that we've seen. Perhaps they're declining here in the United States, but we've seen an alarming increase, for example, in the United Kingdom.
Yes. So the series is called What Is, and it breaks down, it's 8 episodes that breaks down very simple concepts that people don't understand. What is Judaism? What is anti-Semitism? What is the Holocaust? Very, very simple concepts that a lot of people need to be clarified. We're dropping an episode on Mondays and Thursdays. So 2 episodes are out now, every Monday and every Tuesday and every Thursday on YouTube. But the thing is this. Anti-Semitism is not racism. It's not as simple as that. Anti-Semitism is a conspiracy theory, a shape-shifting conspiracy theory that attributes to the Jews mythological powers and control. And it's true that the report this year talks about general assault, general harassment going down in the United States, but there's a very concerning rise in assault by deadly weapon. So it's 39% rise in assault by deadly weapon, which means that people have moved from simply harassing Jews and slapping them here and there or spraying the occasional swastika to literally gunning down Jews. And I have to be honest with you, the other number that I found very disturbing is the number that talks about 91% of Jews in America feel unsafe. And that is because of the murders that we're seeing of Jews around the country with the inflammation of anti-Semitism and the rise of anti-Semitism, again, not just in America, but around the world. It became completely normal on the far left, on the far right, with radical Islam, completely normal to hate the Jewish people. And it's very sad that what our grandparents warned us against is actually becoming reality.
So, Noa, you also say that anti-Semitism is a marker of a broader societal problem. Tell us more about that.
Well, we often say that there's this concept of the Jews being the canary in the coal mine, meaning in the olden days, the coal miners used to take canary birds down to the mines with them. And if the canary dies or something happens to the canary, it shows that there are toxic gases in the coal mine. And it was an indication for the coal miners to get out. Jews are often the canary in the coal mine, meaning the first hate that comes up is the hate of Jews and the normalization of the hate of Jews. And once you believe conspiracy theory about the Jewish people, you're more susceptible to conspiracy theories in general. You distrust institutions. You think that something is completely off with society and humanity. Otherwise, why are these weird small group of people? Why are they doing X, Y, and Z? And you start becoming a little bit more disturbed. And the thing is this. When there is an issue in the concept of the canary in the coal mine, what we need to do is not necessarily just make sure the canary is okay and put an oxygen mask on the canary. We need to check the coal mine. We need to look at society right now and understand that we're going through tough times, and hate of the Jews is just a symptom of something much, much larger.
No,
it never stays with.
No, you and I talked. Sorry. Yeah, apologies. Noa, you and I have talked about this in the past, which is there are people who will say, look, I don't like the Israeli government. Or people will say, I'm not anti-Semitic, I'm anti-Zionist. Explain why a statement like that is also problematic, even if somebody is not supportive of, for example, the Netanyahu government.
And some Jews also will say that they don't support those policies.
Of course, that's democracy. You have to be able to resist and not support whatever it is that you don't want to support. So here's the thing. First of all, let's break down what Zionism is and what it isn't. Zionism is the existence of the state of Israel. So it's nothing other than that. It doesn't mean suppressing other people. It doesn't mean the Palestinians do not deserve a state of their own. Zionism is you believe that Israel has the right to exist. Anti-Zionism, what it does not mean is it does not mean that you criticize the Benjamin Netanyahu government or the war in Gaza or in Iran or any actions of the Israeli government. Anti-Zionism means that you think Israel should cease to exist. And a lot of normal people hear this and they say, oh, no, nobody says that. But the truth of the matter, they do. A lot of people are talking about Israel being the last bastion of colonialism on the face of the earth that needs to be taken down by all means necessary, including October 7th type of attacks. That is anti-Zionism. So criticizing the Israeli government does not mean that you're an anti-Semite at all. But if you think that one country in the world should not exist, and that country just happens to be the Jewish state, if you do not actually look at Russia and say, we hate what's happening in Russia, and we hate Putin, but we don't think we want to dismantle Russia, but you only have this seething hatred towards the world's only Jewish state, then you should look at your own biases. There are a lot of subconscious biases that we understand and accept when it comes to all other religions, ethnicities, groups, but people don't see them when it comes to the Jews. The other thing is this, right? I had a moment a couple of days ago, and I was walking through my gym. I was walking at the downstairs, and I heard a bunch of girls speaking Russian. And I'm looking at them kind of going, nobody's saying anything about you speaking Russian. Rightfully so. It's great. Nobody's turning to you and being like, how dare you invade Ukraine, right? But the same day, my friend went to Yale. Her daughter goes to Yale. She was speaking Hebrew to her friends, and she was spat on. That is the difference. Wow. That is anti-Semitism, very clearly.
Noa, thank you so much for your time and sharing your experiences with us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me. And Noa. What is available on YouTube.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Noa. We appreciate it.